Lesson 3, introducing you to potentially my favorite technique for remembering names. So I won't hold back. Let's get in straight into it. The first technique you want to do when you're using association is you want to associate that person with someone you already know. So for example, my best friend, and apologies for my friends watching this, is Adam. Adam, you can see, is on the right hand side. Now, whenever I meet someone called Adam, I instantly picture my best friend Adam. I picture the emotions attached to him, and I picture the traits. So Adam, he's a bodybuilder. So as soon as I meet this Adam, this new Adam, I picture my best friend, I picture this new Adam who's huge, my security, and like I say, the emotions attached to this Adam, instantly I'm warm to them. However, if you can't think of someone you already know, features. So as mentioned before, Adam is a bodybuilder. But what if you meet someone and you can't think of someone you already know, but they have quite a long nose? For example, if I meet someone called Henry and he has quite a long nose, I think of Henry Hoover. Now, caution, you don't want to tell people all the time what their associations are because it can be quite embarrassing. But what's great is if I miss or I can't quite remember the name or the association and I'm way off, I can be like, okay, it's Red Hoover, Henry Hoover. It's Henry. And at times I've caught myself and be like, Henry Hoover, Henry. So what you want to do is you want to make it easy for your brain. You want to have these multiple layers, these almost backups, if you can picture it like that. Where if you forget the name, you can remember the visual image. And if you can't remember the visual image, you remember the feature. And finally, actually no, not finally, we've got one more to come. And it's quite an abstract one, so it's a bonus one. So we'll say this one is the final one, and we have a bonus feature in just a second. Celebrities. Picture them and relate them to a celebrity with the same name. Let's take me, for example. My name is Jordan Harry. So one way you can remember my name is you can picture Michael Jordan, and excuse my Photoshop ability, slam dunking on Prince Harry. And as you can see Prince Harry here, looking quite distressed. Now, the more vivid that you can see these visual images, the easier it is for your brain to hook onto these. Our brain loves humor, things that are gory and vivid. So you won't forget this image. However, when I was at school, because my name is Jordan Harry, in the UK, the last name comes first in the register. Now, I never asked my teachers what they pictured when they would encode my name, but this is what I guessed. Because often at school, I'd be called Harry Jordan. They would assume that my first name's Harry, and even when I told them it's Jordan, they would forget it and still call me Harry. So what they pictured was Harry was the dominant feature. As you can see, Prince Harry is eating a bowl of Wheaties with Michael Jordan on. Now, like I said, I don't know if this was the image they had. I'm pretty close, I'm sure. So it's very key that when we meet someone, when we encode their name, because a name is a boring bit of information, we have to be extremely clear and vivid on the visual image that we represent to that association. And finally, our bonus one. What happens when you meet someone with quite a unique name? It's very tricky. And you feel bad because you don't want to call them by their nickname. You want to call them by their full name, but you fear that you may mispronounce it. Now, when I was in Hong Kong, I met a young lady called Chow Cho. Okay, I'll say it again. Chow Cho. Quite a tricky name, and nothing came to my mind as soon as she said it, and I don't know about you. However, what you can do with quite unique names, international names especially, is break them up. So Xiao was the first part of her name, so I pictured a Shaolin monk. And then her last part of her name was Cho. Now, of course, a Cho, and how can I associate that to a Shaolin monk? I pictured a Shaolin monk scrubbing the floor. And to this day, I can still picture that image of a Shaolin monk scrubbing the floor in this beautiful building. So I will never, I'd say for the rest of my life, forget how to pronounce her name as Xiao Cho. With time, you will get faster and quicker at making these associations. What you need to understand, though, is you need to practice this in every interaction. That's the only way you're going to get better. Like I say, Caution with using associations, because our brain remembers best when there's humor, they're quite sexual, or they're gory. And you don't always want to tell the person the association you've made with them. Have a go and see how that works.